Andy Byron breaks silence after viral kiss cam, confesses Mistress is pregnant and drops bombshells. Andy Byron, the ex-Astronomer CEO at the center of the now infamous Coldplay Kiss Cam scandal, has finally spoken out, and what he revealed is jaw-dropping. In a no-holds-barred confession, Andy not only admitted to the affair with his chief people officer, Kristin Cabot, but also stunned the world by revealing that she is pregnant with his child. This exclusive deep dive unpacks Andy's tell-all, the fallout, and what it means for his shattered empire, broken marriage, and billion-dollar lawsuit. Please do not forget to like this video, share, and subscribe to this channel if you want more updates like this. Thank you. Now, let's get back into the video. For weeks, the world has watched in suspense, ridicule, and fascination as the once revered tech mogul Andy Byron became the face of public humiliation. From Silicon Valley superstar to a walking meme, his fall from grace was swift and brutal, triggered by just 8 seconds of awkward body language on a stadium jumbotron. But now, the man who went radio silent while the internet devoured his downfall has broken that silence. And in doing so, he's ignited a fresh firestorm that's shaking the corporate world, the legal system, and public opinion to their core. Andy Byron didn't just speak, he confessed. And not in a dry, scripted statement through a PR firm, but in a full-length, emotionally raw interview that aired online just 24 hours ago. No teleprompter, no filters, just a man looking defeated, desperate, and oddly liberated, finally telling the truth, or at least his version of it. Let's rewind the clock for a moment. On that fateful night at a Coldplay concert, where love was supposed to be in the air, a simple kiss cam turned into a digital guillotine. The camera landed on Andy and Kristin Cabot, his company's chief people officer, and instead of a peck or smile, viewers got something else entirely: panic, awkwardness, and avoidance. In mere hours, identities were confirmed, marital statuses exposed, and Reddit threads exploded. What followed was a media hurricane. Memes, YouTube breakdowns, body language experts dissecting Andy's every eye twitch. Investors pulled out. Astronomer's board held emergency meetings. And within 72 hours, Andy Byron resigned. But that was only the beginning. The real storm was brewing behind the scenes. His wife of 14 years, Megan Kerrigan, filed for divorce almost immediately, demanding a shocking 70% of Andy's $85 million fortune. Andy then responded by filing a jaw-dropping $1 billion lawsuit against Coldplay and event organizers, blaming them for the viral catastrophe that, in his words, destroyed his life. But throughout all of this, he never said a word publicly. Until now, and what a reveal it was. In the first 5 minutes of the interview, Andy looks visibly nervous. His eyes are red. His voice cracks. But then, the mask falls away, and he dives headfirst into the one thing the internet has been craving since this all began: the truth. Yes, he says, Kristin and I were having an affair. He goes on to explain that their relationship didn't start with malice. It began, like many scandals do, in the shadows of long work nights, hotel conferences, and shared ambitions. Kristin was his right hand at Astronomer, helping build the company from startup to star status. Somewhere along the way, that professional admiration turned personal. But it wasn't just a fling. We were in love, he says, looking dead into the camera. And I know that doesn't justify what we did to our families, but it's the truth. We weren't reckless. We were stupid. And we were scared. Then came the biggest bombshell of all. Something no one saw coming. We're having a baby, Andy says. Pause and let the word hang in the air. The interviewer stutters in disbelief. Andy nods. Kristin is pregnant, a few weeks along. We didn't plan for this to come out this way. Hell, we didn't even plan to go public at all. But the kiss cam forced everything into the light. It's the kind of confession that flips the entire narrative upside down. What was once a meme-worthy moment of marital betrayal has now become a Shakespearean-level drama of love, power, downfall, and rebirth. Andy explains that he and Kristin had talked about going public after he finalized his divorce. But the Coldplay moment accelerated everything. It was like God hit fast forward on the consequences. He jokes, with the kind of laugh that sounds more like a cry. But not everyone is laughing. Megan Kerrigan, his estranged wife, released a fiery statement through her attorney just hours after the interview aired. She called the confession manipulative, emotionally abusive, and an insult to the intelligence of the public. She knew. Andy insists in the interview. She didn't know about the pregnancy, but she knew the marriage was over. We were pretending for the sake of our kids, our public image. Kristin wasn't the reason it ended. She was just a mirror that reflected the cracks. Despite his emotional appeal, critics are calling foul. Legal analysts suggest that this interview may backfire in court, especially in the ongoing divorce and the $1 billion lawsuit. Coldplay's legal team has already issued a statement calling Andy's public confession irrelevant to the absurdity of his legal claim. They insist the Kiss Cam was used in the same lighthearted spirit it's been used for years, and that Andy's downfall was entirely self-inflicted. Public opinion is split. On one hand, there are those who sympathize with Andy. They see a man who was torn between two worlds and forced to live a double life. They point out the pressure of being a high-profile CEO, a husband, a father, and a lover, all while under constant scrutiny. On the other hand, there are those who see his confession as damage control, nothing more. A calculated attempt to shift the narrative from cheater caught red-handed to tragic love story misunderstood by the public. But the drama doesn't end there. In a twist that feels ripped straight out of Hollywood script, Kristin Cabot was spotted entering a high-profile OB/GYN clinic in Napa Valley just days before the interview aired. Paparazzi photos show her trying to shield her belly, wearing oversized sunglasses and accompanied by a private security detail.